Hi, good night. It's Cafeteria Labrish with Mona in the Fatigable Heights. Me, timeless, tireless, unstoppable, ongoing, non-stopping, non-ending, non-dunning. Ongoing, timeless, tireless, not done. She not done. She keep on going. She not stop. She is me. Yeah, you. Anyway, it's been a while. I know. Whoo, child. Mama needed a break. Auntie needed a break. Auntie needed a break. Auntie needed a break. It wasn't even really about the break. I got caught up over there in a new project, caught up in Twitter, caught up in this, caught up in that, and it's been so much. So y'all know, let me start from the beginning and come forward. So y'all know that I was over there on Twitter in the spaces with Mother T with Dre, and Mary came in the room. I did my review of the Twitter space, and then it was the next day after Mary came in the room, Twitter done went and found Jenny Nguyen's racist tweets from I don't know how long ago, maybe 2 years ago, 2020. Don't quote me. And went ham. So we was all over there advocating for, Jenny to get, released from Bravo because of the racism. Then the fact that it had been racism that she was displaying against Mary all this time. Child, so that took on its own thing. Bravo acted like they wasn't going to do nothing. I was caught up in the spaces. I was caught up in my new project. And I was caught up in everything going on. So they done fired Jenny. Mary ain't coming back, apparently, allegedly. Mary decided she wasn't going to go to the reunion. I watched last week's episode, which was the final episode where Jenny threw the glass. So when Jenny threw the glass, she threw the glass at Mary. She said she didn't throw the glass at Mary. It's a lot of, it was like everybody was ganging up on Mary. So I could understand why Mary didn't want to come to the reunion. And I don't blame her. As the only black woman on the cast to be treated like that by an all-white cast, I wouldn't show up either. Y'all wasn't about to lynch me. Y'all wasn't about to, say I'm racist and I'm this and that, and then y'all got a lynch mob, or, y'all get y'all sheets or whatever. I wouldn't be coming. I just wouldn't be coming. So Mary ain't go. Kudos to Mary for that. The final episode, Mary ate them up in like 5 minutes. I don't know. It wasn't that much, but Mary ate. And Mary did what she had to do. That was the final episode. I wanted to see what was the reason that Mary didn't want to come to the reunion. I wanted to see what was the purpose of the glass throwing, because they had showed us that from the mid-season trailer. So it was a lot going on. So Jenny got fired. Mary was negotiating, and then all of that was occurring at once. So that took up a good portion of my time and my enjoyment, like sitting over there in the spaces. There was a man. Mary was in the space with him. I don't even remember his name. And then he blocked me, child, and blocked everybody on Twitter. And he's just like, oh, God, I ain't even going to call his name or go in. So Twitter got its own life. I was caught up over there. Like, I physically placed my body over there and been stuck ever since. Anyway. So then I went into the, I entered my challenge, the Spice Challenge. Let me see, the Spice Challenge, different category, Spice different category challenge. And, she entered, put me on her situation. So that was nice. And I'm over there on her page. I don't know if it's still up, but it was very nice. And I did that. I love the song, so I'm excited about it. So then I was caught up in manifesting because I was trying to win. I was caught up in manifesting because I was trying to win. And I didn't get to I don't know what occurred. So due to how I don't know what occurred, I sorry. So due to how I don't know what occurred, I'm still waiting, but I moved on. So I took some time to manifest that whole situation because it means a lot to me. It might not mean that much to some people, but it means a lot to me. Every achievement means a lot to me. And I was very excited about that. So that's something that I'm doing. I'm going to do some more challenges, make, more TikToks and stuff like that. And, so we're basically at literally a year old. This is like literally maybe I'm doing my anniversary this weekend. I don't know if I'm gonna do it this weekend or if I'm gonna wait till my birthday or what we're gonna do. But literally I created Cafetiere Labrish February 2021. And if you go to my YouTube, you'll see that it was created February 2021. So I wanted to wait to do like a celebration and change my intro video and do some work on the site because I'm moving into that next. So I've been measuring, seeing where I want to go, what I want to do next, because I have so many things in front of me and I want to make sure that the Cafetiere Labrish brand is on every platform. Like when you go on every platform that you find me and you see me. I had some distractions. I'm not even gonna let that even touch where I'm at because I am too in a great place right now to let anything even like bother me. Like I'm in the numbness, y'all. I'm at peace. Whew. I'm waiting to move. I'm anxious about moving, but I found my peace. I have to do what I have to do, and if I have to wait some time to get out of here, whatever time that is, I just have to do it. But God won't he do it. He's doing some great things. He's manifesting in my life, and I appreciate him so much because I know where I want to go, and every achievement is a mark that I could check and say, yes, I did that. I'm going where I want to go. So that's what I want to keep doing. So don't think that I gave up or she quit or she can't take it or nothing. She just had a moment to meditate. I'm always going to take time to go inside myself to see where I'm at, see where I want to go and what I want to do. So you might find that occurs, but I'm always doing something, even if I'm not on YouTube. I am somewhere doing something with different platforms with Cafetiere Labrish. So don't forget, if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload videos or when I go live, which I'm gonna start going live very soon. I have a lot that I'm doing 2022. I don't want to talk about it. I just want it to happen and like we just start to see all of the things come into life. Because when you talk about things and you talk about your plans, sometimes the invisible takes it. So because the Bible tells you that God speaks to us at night in dreams and visions, and then the enemy takes the dreams and the visions. So not so for me. I have learned to hold everything inside. So those are the things. You know that I'm a spiritual person. So even though I talk about this, I talk about that, I might curse, I might do anything, but in the heart of hearts right here is a spirituality that cannot be bound. And it's always seeking elevation because I want to go and never return. Like I want to be able to protect my kids. I don't want to be on earth fighting, struggling for survival. I want to be an ancestor that can effect and make change. That's what I don't know. So then just to give a shout out to Elon Musk. Y'all know that we've been doing the Elon Musk stories periodically and so on and so forth. So you know I owe you a Elon Musk story. I've been saying I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and none of it has gotten done because she's been stuck. So now I have to bring you some more of the Elon Musk, because we're definitely bringing Elon Musk to pop culture, and I'm bringing Elon Musk to Cafetiere Labrish. So you will definitely hear about the SpaceX achievements. You'll hear about the Tesla achievements. You'll hear about Elon Musk. You'll hear about what's going on with him, what's going on with NASA, and all these things through me, because I'm always going to share that information. I'm not a person that, like, I do a lot of things that, so like Papa is using his iPad and he's using his laptop. I took the iPad away because I needed him to learn his words. He's learning a lot of words and has a high vocabulary because he uses the electronics a lot. But I need him to learn the words, be able to spell the words, cite words, repeat them, write them down, whatever it is. So I hid the tablet. So he works with his school laptop, and he might use the laptop that his sister uses. He would use them both at one time. The laptop's going, the tablet's going, the iPad's going. It's a lot. But he would do it simultaneously. So like I do that, a lot of things simultaneously, and I have to learn to like focus, like, you know, pick a particular thing and stick to it and finish that before I start something else, because I have a lot of open projects that need to be finished or need to be done or whatever it is. So that's kind of like what I'm working on for 2022. So look forward to changes. Look forward to changes on the site. Look forward to changes in me. Look forward to changes in my content. Look forward, because I want to give you all so much. Like, I see myself like Carol Burnett. Like, I love Carol Burnett. She's my idol. Like, that's the person that I kind of want to be like. Like, when I used to watch her, I was fascinated. Like, with every character that she played, the way she played it, you know, things like that. That's really what drives me. So that's what's driving me. At the same time, I do like to interview people. You know, I have the interrogative skills because I have a bachelor degree in criminal justice. So, you know, there are certain things that I just cannot get away from. So I'm multifaceted. And I can't help that. And I can't help that. In a different category. Different. She in a different category. Different. Me in a different category. Girl, I go on. I carry on. But me dep on another level. Me not see them at all. None at all. Me not see them at all. Cause me dep on another level. Me not see them at all. Them can connect like when me reject a call. Cause me dep on another level. Me not see them at all. None at all. Me not see them at all. Me not see them at all. Right, that's so we. Alright, so now that I have returned, there are certain things that I do want to talk about. Certain things that I do want to talk about. So I want to talk about the Ukraine and Russia, US, NATO, China, all this stuff that's happening first. So apparently, I myself knew something. Well, the world knows something was coming because it's written that the last war is going to be with, you know, the eagle, the dragon, the lion, and the bear, like in the Revelation, the dream of Daniel, and Revelation, and everything else. If you like study symbology, if you study those things, then you know that something is coming. We knew that. Christianity knows that. Seventh-day Adventist knows that. Like, every religion and demographic of people knows that something was coming. We knew it was coming, and we know already what the alliances are, and we know where the splits are down the middle. So we have the eagle, the dragon, the lion, and the bear. I know those specifically. Russia uses the double-headed eagle as their national symbol. All right. So Russia is the eagle. So when you read your Bible and you're reading Daniel and you're reading about the dream of Daniel with the eagle, the dragon, the lion, and the bear, and the animal, and the feet, and the chariots of fire, and Ezekiel, and all these other symbolic stuff. The eagle, the dragon, the lion, and the bear, we see it in Daniel, and then we see it in Revelation somehow again. These are talking about countries, and these countries are going to be forming alliances. There's supposed to be 10, and they're going to bow. 3 is going to bow. The 10 horns. So I'm giving you a couple things all in one right now. Follow me. 10 horns talked about in Daniel. They come about in Daniel 2. The 10 horns are 10 kings, 10 nations that will form an alliance with the alleged Antichrist to conquer the world and persecute the people of God according to Christianity and the Bible. Exactly who these 10 nations are has been a matter of debate among Christians and so on and so forth. So in the 10 horns, they talk about the lion, the dragon, the eagle, and the bear. And the 10 horns, they're going to bow. 3 is going to bow. 7 is going to bow. Well, the 10 horns and 7 heads. That is Daniel 7 verse 7. And that talks to also Revelation 13 verse 1. The first beast which rises from the sea has 10 horns and 7 heads. These horns are representing a 4th empire which will persecute God's people. So these are all empires when we're talking symbolically in the Bible and so on and so forth. So it comes back to now. So Russia was a part of the Soviet Union, which was USSR, right? And the USSR, they were comprised of certain countries, and those countries were Armenia, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Estonia, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Latvia, Lithuania, and Moldova, Russia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Ukraine, and Uzbekistan. So some of them were granted independence. Some of them are a member of what they call the CIS. Commonwealth of Independent States was a somewhat unsuccessful effort by Russia to keep the Soviet Union or the USSR together in an economic alliance. It was formed in 1991 and included many of the independent republics that made up the USSR, the Soviet Union. So the CIS has lost a few members, and other countries have never joined in the years since its formation. So that's there. And then 3 of these countries declared and were granted independence a few months before the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991. The remaining 12 did not become independent until the USSR fell completely on December 26, 1991. All right. So now you have Ukraine and you have these nations or whatever. So they're over there in each other's proximity. Ukraine is in Russia's, backyard. And so according to history, Ukraine been parlaying with US and NATO. So them I hang out with US and NATO and I do the damn thing. So US and NATO now I do like a recruiting with Ukraine and I follow up Ukraine and Ukraine I follow up them back. The man when they Putin, Russia president, prime minister, him don't like it. So he tell them say, do not by any means include Ukraine in NATO. So I think it was like December or something, 2021. He had a meeting with NATO and he told them specifically to agree that the Ukraine would never join NATO. So, my love, in the midst of all of that, Ukraine was acting like maybe they wanted to join NATO. They had their alliances forming strategically, some way with the US, and, you know, NATO, and, you know, hanging out together. So what happened was, um, so 1991, Ukraine officially declares independence amid the dissolution of the Soviet Union. February 2014, Russia invades and subsequently annexes the Crimean Peninsula from Ukraine, marking the beginning of the Russian-Ukrainian War. April 2014, pro-Russian separatists take control of the Donbass region of eastern Ukraine, kicking off the war in Donbass. February to March 2021, thousands of Russian military personnel amassed near the Russia-Ukrainian border, generating international concern over a potential invasion. So we've been watching this from February to March 2021. June 2021, the troops were partially removed. September, December 2021, the troops built up again. The Russians with 100,000 troops surrounding Ukraine on three sides. January 22nd, 2022, NATO members, including the U.S., begin providing military aid and weapons to Ukraine. February 21st, 2022, Russian president recognizes the independence of two republics in the Donbass region of Ukraine. They are called the Donetsk People and the Luhansk People's Republic. So Russian troops and tanks move into the region on a so-called peacekeeping mission, because those parts were previously a part of the Ukraine, but he went ahead and he gave them independence and recognized their sovereignty. And February 22nd, 2022, the U.S. calls Russia's movement into the Donbass region of Ukraine as an invasion. February 22nd, Russian President Vladimir Putin is granted government authorization to use military force outside of Russia. February 23rd, the Ukrainian President Zelensky pleads for peace but vows to defend Ukraine if attacked. Ukrainian airports are closed. U.S. Pentagon spokesperson John F. Kirby says that a full-scale Russian invasion of Ukraine is imminent. On February 24th, Russia invades Ukraine. Ukraine president reports at least 137 people killed and 316 injured. Okay? So that's according to Bing.com. Now, when Russia went in to the Ukraine, it says that it was defending the Russian-speaking people in that area of Donetsk and Luhansk. Okay? Now, the problem is that Russia and Ukraine and all of that is all there. When you have NATO and the U.S. come in to give you military weapons and aid and stuff, there's some confusion, because people are going to be wondering, like, are you trying to stockpile over here by me? Are you trying to play in my backyard? Are you trying to recruit in my backyard? Like, what are you doing? I don't know. That's what the history book said. He said, we have our own problems with Ukraine. Don't get involved, NATO. Don't get involved, U.S. So the U.S. and NATO was over there handing them stuff, helping them, whatever. I don't know. You know how they do. And Russia didn't like it, so Russia decided to make a major step. And then he said, should you decide to retaliate on the part of the U.S. and NATO on behalf of Ukraine, you are going to see consequences that have never been seen in history. Now, this man, remember, it was the year 2000 when he came and said he want to make nuclear weapons again. Hold on. I don't know. It was. Okay, so they started a new treaty in 2000. It was May 24, 2002, where they decided to change whatever treaty they had before, and decided that um, they wanted to reduce their nuclear weapons. And Russia said they would try to respond in kind. It was a lot going on, but they had, because remember, they had made some treaty that no one was making the weapons, or that there's supposed to be a certain amount of weapons, and they made changes to that nobody knew what wanted to nobody wanted to do. So they decided to have a treaty about their stockpile of nuclear weapons. So that's something that Putin was the one that initiated, if I recall correctly, because that was 2000. That was 22 years ago. I don't know. So I will find it. I will bring it to you. Um, when he said he wanted to start making the nuclear weapons again, or have a certain amount of stockpile of nuclear weapons, I knew this man was crazy. But we already knew, like, if you read your Bible, if you read Revelations, and you know certain things, that Russia was going to be one of the ones that was going to be, you know, headlining the World War III, regardless of what's going on. Russia, France, China, dumb people, right? And if you listen to the Bible, it says that Japan might sign up with China for the amount of manpower they said that the Asians are gonna have. So now in this, China is seeming like they're not exactly sure what stance to take with this situation, because China wants to, not agree with Putin on this, but then America's ships went through the Taiwan Strait, or near the Taiwan Strait, and China is saying that that's an act of provocation on the part of the U.S. So it's a lot going on. It's wars, and rumors of wars. It's been rumors of wars, but when we see the actual war, I'm just like, wow. For me personally, like, I'm asking myself, like, how can the U.S. and NATO go in and assist Ukraine if Ukraine never joined NATO? If they haven't signed a contract, like, they have no legal right. I don't know. So I'm trying to figure it all out. What they're doing currently is they're literally, like, bringing a bunch of sanctions onto Russia right now to try to, dissuade Putin from doing what he's doing. So a number of companies are quitting Russia right now. Shell quits Russia, joining BP as oil giants object to the attack on Ukraine. So Shell said it's going to exit its investments in Russia a day after BP said it would do the same. So they're wondering what Total Energies and Exxon are going to do, as far as these, big oil companies that are pulling away from Russia. Shell is Europe's largest oil company, and they said today that it's going to exit its joint ventures with Gazprom, the Russian natural gas giant, according to the NewYorkTimes.com. It is joining BP, which said on Sunday it's going to sell nearly 20% stake in Rosneft, the Russian state-controlled oil company. They've been trying to cultivate a strategic relationship, but it is now blocked. They were working on a pipeline, and it is now blocked. So all of that is over now. Everybody's shocked by the loss of life in Ukraine. Nobody agrees with the military aggression. And, Shell said the investment in Russia was worth about $3 billion, and they're walking away from it. And that's basically what it seems like everybody is doing when it comes to Russia. Um, Over 500,000 refugees have fled Ukraine after Russia's invasion, just to let you know. Um, what else? Ukraine is resisting. They are not giving up. They're fighting to the last with the battle that is under right now. They're not going to surrender or capitulate to the opposition. Also, I have more information to bring to you. Let's go here. So the United Nations Security Council holds meetings to discuss the situation in Ukraine. Ukrainian officials announced Monday that dozens of civilians were killed and hundreds more wounded when Russian forces began firing at civilian areas in Kharkiv, Ukraine's second largest city. The head of the Kharkiv Regional State Administration called the attacks a war crime, saying the Russian enemy shelling entire residential areas of Kharkiv where there's no critical infrastructure, where there are no positions of the armed forces of Ukraine that the Russians could aim at. Delegations from Ukraine and Russia met in Belarus on Monday morning in an attempt to negotiate a ceasefire as Russia's stock exchange remains closed and the ruble plummets. The ruble is falling. Fighting and missile attacks continue in multiple cities. Putin told French President Emmanuel Macron he'll stop strikes against civilian targets, according to the Elysee. President Zelensky has asked the European Union to fast-track Ukraine's entry into the bloc. The ruble plummets as countries continue to escalate sanctions on Russia's economy. The U.S. banning Russia's central bank from accessing reserves in U.S. The IOC recommends no participation of Atlas from Russia or Belarus, and neutral Switzerland adopts EU sanctions against Russia as well. So these are some of the things that are occurring right now as we speak. The United Nations Security Council is meeting, and they're meeting to talk about the situation ongoing. So we have yet to see what's going to happen with this situation, but it is ongoing and it has not stopped. Just to let us know. So as far as the as far as all that is concerned, so that's it. We're going to keep our eyes on the Russia-Ukraine war stories going on right now, so that we can keep abreast of this situation. So I'm like, I gotta talk, we gotta see what's going on, and we gotta get like knowing exactly what's going on. Now this man is trending today because John Dempsey, he's an executive vice president of Estée Lauder. He's been fired because he posted an offensive meme featuring Sesame Street characters and referencing the rapper Chingy. The meme mentioned the N-word, COVID-19, and Chingy. So he's been fired for that. I told you these people they're gonna be going down. It's a lot going down. It's a lot of racism out here. You can see it. It's a lot. Especially now with the January 6th and the coup and alleged and the people of Trump's era and demographic and people that love him that are committed to race baiting and all this stuff. It's going to be a lot. Like, we have to literally prepare ourselves for anything right now. Nothing is sacred anymore. Nothing is unexpected anymore. You can see anything at any time. Like, prepare ourselves. Speaking of which, maybe like 2 weekends ago, Joe Rogan was trending because of his use of the N-word through the years on his Spotify podcast. And India Arie had spoken out saying that she was removing her music from Spotify because Spotify has been giving a lot of money to Joe Rogan, who has been spewing this N-word. And they had a clip of him just saying the N-word like 256 times. And it went viral, and it was canceled Joe Rogan for using the N-word. He apologized. I don't know how the people are taking it, but I would definitely tell him, like, if you're going to continue, like, now is not the time. Like, put the racism away, please. All right. So, the next thing that I wanted to talk about, FEMA was also trending. FEMA is trending because they're telling their people they they need to they recommended social distancing in shelters in case of a nuclear strike on the U.S. and to wear your mask, and um, social distance in the shelter. So that's happening. They're trending right now for that. Also, there was a tweet from Ron DeSantis saying last week the Biden administration requested the assistance of state National Guards to deploy to Washington, D.C. I've rejected this request. There will be no Florida Guards sent to D.C. for Biden's State of the Union. So I'm not exactly certain what that is about, but this is actually what's occurring. So FEMA put out I guess a press release. In case of nuclear explosion, maintain social distancing and wear your mask. So it's outdated information that needs to be updated. Like executive orders, everything needs an overhaul right now because where we are and where we were are two different places, and it's just not ready. Like basically, there's no nuclear provisions. When I came to New York, I went around and I love old buildings and stuff, and there are a lot of old buildings in New York, in Brooklyn, Manhattan, wherever. So I saw buildings that said fallout shelter, and I was excited. I'm like, oh my God, if something happens, we can go here. These are like apartments. These are like regular places, and there's no fallout shelters. Like those places are not. They're designated fallout shelters, and if you Google it, it could probably say fallout shelter, but it's not in use as a fallout shelter. Those buildings are not there. So there are no provisions for like nuclear that I know that I can tell. So that's why everybody is wondering right now, like, what is it that we're going to do? So that's something to watch to see if FEMA updates their protocols, if there are new guidelines, like what do we do in case of a nuclear strike? I guess we got. They gave us the movie. They said, don't look up. That was a couple months ago. And now, let me see if nobody's going to look up. Now, also in the news, 12 Russians were expelled. The U.S. expels 12 Russian UN diplomats over security concerns. So according to the United States announces it's expelling 12 Russian diplomats at the United Nations for undiplomatic activities. You can note importantly that the United States has kicked 12 Russian diplomats out of the UN, not as an arbitrary punitive measure, but because they were caught doing disqualifying things. Okay? What those things are have not been established. Okay? But they said they're using espionage activities, according to CNN International, and they have asked them to leave the United States. So that's something else to watch. The cells can already be here waiting for, the moment to ignite the nuclear. Like, I don't know. It's going to be, it's 2022 is looking like it's going to be a year of revolutions, even more than 2020 and even more than 2021. Like, if we thought 2021 was something to talk about, 2022 is going to be way more than that. But according to Bob Marley, Russia and U.S. are friends, and they just be playing these fighting games so that they can make money. Because what do you do to jumpstart your economy? You start a war. So that's it. That's history. That's marketing 101. So I want to talk about out of the breaking news now. I wanted to talk about MegTheeStallion for a little bit because she's just doing big things. I know they were talking about some DNA with her and Tory Lanez. You know I don't like to go the way that people are going, and you know I don't like to follow what people are saying. So I always like to talk about what I want to talk about. And I want to talk about MegTheeStallion because I am actually fascinated with her at this time. And the reason is because she is a fascinating businesswoman. She's one of the best businesswomen that I've seen in the industry in a long time. Her endorsement, her deals, they're through the roof. She contributed so much to so many different people. Excuse. She has a Cheetos Flamin' Hot Crunchy and Doritos Flamin' Hot Cool Ranch brand snacks. She has been added to a number of different shows. She was complaining that grown men are. She's still in court. She's battling with 1501 Certified Entertainment CEO Crawford over her music and contractual obligations. This girl is signed to a 360 deal. She's signed to like 4 different labels. They have her spinning around. That's why I'm glad that when you have the music, I don't know, when you have these deals, like act or something, like you got to find some way to make the money, because it's just, you got to find these endorsements and these deals and get into it. And that's what she's doing. So I respect her hustle. She's fighting for freedom. In court documents, according to Eurorev.com, in court documents obtained by Complex and filed on Friday, Megan's legal team at Holland and Knight claimed 1501 didn't classify the 21 track Something for the Hotties as an album, and that the label said it didn't satisfy her minimum recording commitment. Meg's lawyers now say that given the label's argument, 1501 wants to tie Megan down to release more albums under the contract to the financial benefit of 1501. See what I'm talking about? Contrary to 1501's position, Something for the Hotties clearly meets the definition of album under the recording agreement because it is not less than 45 minutes in length. There are no other parameters or requirements under the contract for what can be deemed an album other than total runtime of the album. As such, Something for the Hotties satisfies her minimum recording commitment for the second option period of the agreement. To protect herself, her music, and her artistic choices, she has been forced to bring the action to seek a declaratory judgment to that effect. She's fighting. Per Complex, she owes one more album on her contract if Something for the Hotties get counted as an album. Alright, she filed a request to dismiss the lawsuit against the label and J Prince without prejudice. They have her money from 2018, she said. She put up a okay, wait. No, this was 1501's page. They want her to run the bread from 2018. Crawford took to Instagram on Tuesday to react to the lawsuit against the label and J Prince. He wrote that only the real town can relate. Now tell me to run my bread, dating all the way back from 2018. He captioned the photo of an A Showbiz article about the lawsuit. The WAP rapper filed in 2020, claiming she was unable to release new music and wanted the judge to force the label to allow it. She shared a since deleted screenshot of Crawford's post to Instagram and wrote that Crawford never know what WTF is going on with business. As Meg noted, that the lawsuit mentioned in the article he shared has already been resolved. She said the case that was dismissed against you was from when you wasn't trying to let me drop music. You and 300 signed off and let me drop music, so there's no case no more. We're most definitely still in court and you still getting sued because you owe me money. I ain't never been paid by 1501 in my life. I make money because I'm MegTheeStallion. Grown A men want to bully me and eat off my name and paint me out as a villain online because they know these bandwagon haters gonna eat that up. I don't even be saying nothing to you lame ass ends because the truth always comes out. She said they pick with me, then when I say something, I'm the problem. F all y'all. This got my accomplishments in that bio and ain't contributed to nothing since 2018. Not a studio time, not a music video, not a word of encouragement, not even a flight. But you trying to eat off me and pick with me online? Okay, so she spoke out about her contract with 1501, as reported by The Blast. After filing the initial lawsuit, she claimed she signed a contract with the label that she couldn't comprehend at age 20. She said, when I signed, I didn't really know what was in my contract. See, this is we coming back to the contract, right? So this is what I'm talking about. This is why I gotta respect her hustle, because the deal that people are given is nothing, is crumbs, is not for nobody. That's why India Ari is taking her music out of Spotify, because y'all just music industry do not work with these people. These people are treated like slaves. She said, when I signed, I didn't really know what was in my contract. She said in an Instagram live session, I was young. I was like 20. I didn't know everything that was in that contract. So when I got with Rock Nation, I got management, real management. I got real lawyers, and they were like, did you know that this is in your contract? Oh, no. Oh, is that what happened? Oh, my God. See, that's what happened. And so, you know, this is how she got to start fighting and everything, when because she signed, you know, so these contracts, and these people ain't helping her. They ain't doing that for her. She's fighting for herself. She's like Spice was with VP Records, where you're basically doing everything for yourself. And that's what's going on with her. Shout out MegTheeStallion. She just started a reality series with Snapchat called Off the Leash. I started watching it. Excuse me. I started watching the first episode. I got to see the one with Normani. It's featured on Snapchat, and you could just follow her on Snap and subscribe to her, and it will tell you when she posts an episode of the series. So I'm following that right now. So, and I'm dropping like little videos or whatever. I think I may start dropping it on YouTube. I'm not sure, because I dropped it on Facebook and Twitter. So I'm too much, you know, I'm gonna start moving with the Instagram and the YouTube. So I might put clips there or whatever, just so I can share with people like what she's really doing, because I respect it 100%. And I'm waiting for her to come for me. Come for me, Meg. I'm gonna build this up. I mean, you gonna come for me, and I'm waiting. So that's it. And she's also she is being featured in YouTube Music Artist Spotlight Stories, where she plays like 3 different characters of herself. It's nice. I like it. I'm really getting to see like more of her acting. I love Meg. I watch her in Legendary. I watched Legendary season 1 and season 2 all the way. I should have reviewed that, but I wasn't really doing Coffee Tea or Labrish then. I can't wait for season 3 to come, because I will be reviewing every episode, because I love her and I love Legendary, and I love the people that I met through that show. I love La Roach. Let me just tell you, it is what it is, because you did what needed to be done. You know what I'm saying? La Roach is everything. So shout out to MegTheeStallion. Just to let you know, she has my girl, My Heartbeat Kelly Rowland on her Snapchat series Off the Leash. So look for Kelly Rowland, Normani, Nicole, Richie, TT, Blame It on K-Way, Ricky T. Like they're like, she's using like celebrities and also like talent that we have come to know and love. So I'm excited and ecstatic about that. Shout out to Kelly Rowland. She has a couple different things coming up. Don't worry about that this weekend. I'm going to be giving you the Kelly Rowland piece that I've been promising you since forever. It was her birthday. Happy belated birthday, Kelly. I'm going to be doing your piece and delivering your flowers. I hope I could do it this weekend, because I definitely want to get a couple things out that I've been meaning to do this weekend. So everything that I've been promising you is going to be coming now. So the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, we talked about that already. The reunion, I didn't watch it. I'm not gonna watch it. Mary's not there, and it wouldn't make sense to me. Joseline's Cabaret, I didn't watch yesterday's episode yet, but I've missed like giving you the review for the last 3 episodes. So K Capri done fought wet threw a Red Bull and bust K Capri in the face. K Capri talking about some, oh, she didn't do that to me, the Red Bull did. I'm done. Wet done fought, Diamond and Lexi, whatever the girl name is, and she don't fault Gaia. Gaia, oh God, they done jumped the hell out of Gaia. Gaia left. Gaia came back. Gaia was doing a striptease. Gaia got a forest in her private parts, and I just didn't understand where they do that at. But I knew that girl was weird when she came to my something. She wanted to find some white boys to beat up. I knew she wasn't gonna be normal from then. I don't know if the angel or the devil sent her, but she do not talk. She talk about Jesus and disrespecting Jesus at the same time. She needed to leave. She's a wrestling athlete, and she wanted to wrestle everybody in the cabaret. No, sis, that's not what this is for. You got to go to the UFC. You got to go somewhere else. You do not come to Joseline's cabaret, boo-boo. We're looking for these women to be well put together. If y'all scrap a couple times or whatever, but no. So she was trying to exercise the demon out of Wet Wet, and Wet Wet was like, no, and she slammed Wet Wet, and she was like, get out of my family. Like, what? Child, like, damn near died in this episode, and I ain't gonna lie. The following week, which I just watched this, because you know I'm a little behind, so I'm gonna watch that episode tonight now, and then I'm gonna give you the review tomorrow, and I'm gonna actually, like, give you a good review, like, what happened, this, that, and the third. You know how we do. So I have to watch that episode. So last week was the pool party. I was gonna put on my little bathing suit and my pool cover up, but I'm just like, I cannot handle what the hell's going on in Johnson Cabaret. I thought it was coming looking like the Lexi show that I seen that I know I ain't gonna watch because it's ratchet. And I was like, oh, okay, Joseline, don't try to compete because you are Joseline for a reason. You don't need to take the show in no other direction than where you going. Giving us content, giving us a storyline, giving us features, giving us things that we can look forward to, not just something put together because you recruiting or you know marketing. No, it's a show and we're paying for this, so we want to see that. So we appreciate it. So I love me some Johnson's Cabaret, so you know I had to put that in there, and I'm excited to go watch this week's episode. They were in the pool last week. They had a pool party. Everybody was having fun. Amber cooked. Somebody said I ain't gonna eat. Justin said me neither. I knew Justin was gonna eat that food. Justin said, what are we ordering? They looked like they was having fun. It was a good episode. It wasn't really no fights like that. Amber and Diamond and her, whoever that is, they was, bucking at each other, but nothing really occur. Because I don't know why they building up Amber to be like Superman. I don't know. Justin always finds one. I guess they're going to give her a show next, but I'm just not, Amber is not my thing. So I'm just going to say that. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about Kanye, because Kanye was over there acting a hot mess, and I was over there commenting to a child. Because something in me just likes Kanye, and I just believe that Kanye was dealt a hard deal. I believe that it was a part of his contract, and I think that whatever occurred with him and that contract, and the Kardashians and whatever. So Kanye was over there talking about he gave the Kardashians the culture and he gonna take it back. I'm like, yes, Kanye, talk all of the things them. Oh, so it was a mess. He says he is creating his own narrative about this divorce because, the last time they had him, say he was crazy, locking him up. He said he was trying to 5150 hold him and all that. So I don't think he was trying to let that happen this time. So even though they're doing their type of propaganda, he's doing his own propaganda, going to the media. He was on Hollywood Unlocked. He's working with the Shade Room. They're giving the Kanye side and not just the Kim side. So that's great. I don't know. Oh. So apparently she came on to social media talking about he's doing this and she's the sole provider and the sole caregiver and all of this. And he's like, what are you talking about? You know, everybody said you trying to keep my kids from me, you know, keeping them from me for their birthday and stuff like that. And, you know, he's really going hard against Pete Davidson, and he's showing memes, and Pete Davidson looked like, you know, he's like, you know, with pills and all this stuff. And then allegedly, and then it was allegedly Pete Davidson with, you know, what's her name? The Clinton lady. Hillary Clinton. And saying that Hillary Clinton was his girlfriend and stuff, which allegedly, you know, they do say that he is passed around the industry and that he like services himself to older women, and he's been passed through a lot of these older women. So allegedly that's what they do say. Like, I read it somewhere. I don't know if it's Crazy Days and Nights. I don't know if it's Lipstick Alley. I don't know if it's delisted. I don't know. Somewhere, somehow, I saw it. I read it. I could find it, and I could show it to you, too. So, they said allegedly that's what occurred. So, I don't know what kind of contract him and Kim have to try to, like, give Kim some kind of, like, pop image. I don't know what image he's supposed to be giving her, because it's just grungy and dirty to me. And if you are supposed to be this elegant and this and that, I don't know why you would... This man don't... So I guess they have passed through the Negroid era, and I've now all are gonna come over to the Caucasoid era. So one sister is with the guy, rocker guy. This Kim, so she needs a Caucasoid, and now they're looking like they're transitioning to Caucasides. I don't know what's going on. So I don't know if they think they're gonna take the culture and go over to the Caucasides. I don't even know. You would have to ask Kanye and Kim what the plan was, what the contract was, and where we at with the contract and the plan. Cause he done bought her roses in the middle of everything. She's complaining. She wants a divorce. She wants to be declared legally single. She wants to date Pete Davidson. I doubt it very much. I don't think she's dating that man. It's just not coming together for me. So, I don't know. I am always going to be betting on Blake. So, I'm betting that it ain't nothing wrong with Kanye. He may be a bit narcissistic, which I think he is. And I think that when they took him over there to Armenia, which was a part of the Soviet Union, which was a part of the USSR, he ain't know what the hell he was doing over there when they was down in the dungeons and the mausoleums, you know, having their rituals and doing what they was doing with him present and including him that he ain't know about, that he got caught up in. So I'm going to pray for Kanye. I'm going to pray for his immortal soul, and I'm going to pray with him forever. So that's that. Now, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, Celebrity Big Brother US 3. I don't know what season. Don't ask me. This was my first episode, my first season of Celebrity Big Brother, because you know I don't watch like real TV. I watch movies. I'm a movie buff, like, and I watch my reality shows. But then I was on the Spaces with Jay the Artist, at Jay the Artist on Twitter Spaces. And Jay and I were talking along with Brielle and a couple of the gang and on Jay Spaces, and they recommended that I watch Celebrity Big Brother, telling me that it was good. You know I'm always a day late and a dollar short, child. So I was a day late and dollar short to watch and see Celebrity Big Brother. I ain't done yet. I'm done, move all the way forward, because I'm watching it and I'm like, this man Todrick, like, normally, like, I seen Todrick on, you know, RuPaul's Drag Race, but you only get like a clip or two. You know, they talk shit, but it ain't that bad. But like the deviousness, the craftiness, the snake mannerism, the you know, the self-sabotage was so apparent. It was crazy. And I was like, damn, is this how you play this game? And he just went on and on and on. And Twitter and the world were at him. And then the next thing you know, there was somebody out there saying that he doesn't pay his dancers, and they were this Todrick Hall, allegedly, and they were saying he doesn't pay his dancers. They were saying that he worked people and don't pay them all the time for years upon years upon years, and that he has sexual harassment lawsuits that he has settled, and a number of allegations were just coming out. So he went viral for the bad stuff. He lost. Well, he was in the final 2 for Celebrity Big Brother along with Misha, the Beast. And apparently everybody loved Misha more than him. And, well, they said they were going to choose the lesser of two evils. The crew, on the exit, they were like giving it to Todrick, like, and Misha, but really Todrick, because he was so disgusting in his mannerism and truly not a likable person, and did not display himself to be somebody likable on TV. So, I can't even be sorry for him, because this is something he did to himself. And it's like, everybody's like, is he watching? Does he know that there are cameras all over? He's talking about, doing cameos for people, and they're like, oh, want a cameo? He's like, well, I literally charge them 50 to 150, like, depends on how I feel. Depending on how I feel. And, I tell them the exact same thing. I don't change it up. Like, I literally am robbing them, like, allegedly. And, somebody's saying that I have, sexual harassment, cases, but that's not the case. Like, if they want to say that I don't pay my dancers, because, people send their kids because their kids want exposure, and people come and people want to work for free, and I just let them do it because I'm Todrick Hall. And, it was just like ongoing, and I'm just like, is this real? And it occurred. And then Shanna, she was a crowd favorite, but then her man went ballistic right in the middle of the end of the damn show, and was on IG Live talking about her and how she be cheating, and going to her house and showing the picture of her house and just acting a hot fool. So they arrested him and he went to jail. Hopefully they're broken up and will never be together again. I wish her all the luck. I wish everybody from Celebrity Big Brother all the luck. I did like Lamar Odom. It was great to meet him. He did talk about Chloe for a hot 5 minutes. I don't know why. But he's a nice guy. He's good for TV, and he's very chill and laid back. So I like his energy. Carson, is everything to me. I love Carson. Carson was my number one contender and should have won the Celebrity Big Brother, but it is what it is. And that's that. So that's basically it for today. Me just coming back to you guys. Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet are deciding that they're going to work on their marriage. They came out, they said they were breaking up. Then they said he was treating the family bad. Then they said they're working on the marriage again today, apparently. So they're reportedly rekindling their romance, according to a close friend of Momoa. She just looks so stressed. They have moved back in together and are working through their marital issues. So I don't know, it's somewhere where he started to look like a caveman, and can he just shave his face? Maybe that'd be better. I don't know. But I hope they work it out together, because, God honors marriage and all of that. So, all of that. Enough respect to them, and may their lives be happy and consistent. And may they be able to work it out. So, that's literally it for now. They don't want to talk about anything else. Whew. So I haven't been with you for so long, and there's so many things that have occurred, and they're like maybe old news now, but I still wanted to give my take on it. So some of that I had to do. You can oh yeah, so yeah, that's basically it for now. I am supposed to let you know which shows I'm going to be watching next and reviewing. I'm going to keep up with the Joseline's Cabaret, of course. I'm trying to see when Married to Medicine is going to come out, and Real Housewives of Atlanta, because I'll be watching that week to week and giving you the reviews on time. I don't care what happens, I'm going to give you the reviews on time, along with Joseline's Cabaret. So that I promise you. And you're going to see some changes in the site within the next month or so. With us, with making the changes and everything that we're going to be doing. So as always, I want to thank you for sitting with me. Thank you so much for being a part of Coffee Tea or Labrish. I love every one of you. I'm so excited for where we're going. I'm excited for what we've done so far. Okay, shout out Elon Musk, because he added us to his list for the BTC giveaway. So if you're able to afford it, go over to Elon Musk, because he's giving away Bitcoin, and it's a very good deal if you're able to meet it. So that's something that I wanted to tell you as well. So this weekend, I am going to come back. I'm going to give you some videos. I want to give you some updates on Elon Musk, and I want to give you some updates on Kelly Rowland, and also I want to go a little bit more in depth into Meg the Stallion, but I want to research the information a little bit more before I bring her story for you, because I want to do it like how I did the Spice story. So a couple entertainers that I want to do that with. So you'll be getting that from me, so you can look out for that. Also, my reviews are coming, and we're doing music videos as well. So you can hold me to that, and you can hold me to just here for another year. You know, congratulations to me that we've been doing this for a year now. I didn't post my first video until May, because even though I established Cafeteria Labrish in February, it took me 3 months to post my first video, because I didn't think that I was good enough, and I didn't think that I was good enough to do what it is that I set out to do, which is to make Cafeteria Labrish a name that is synonymous with blogging, good reputation, good rapport, promotional services, my acting skills, whatever artists, entertainers, or whoever I'm going to bring to you that I love, that I will introduce to the world or help to push them further as much as I can or I'm able to. Like all of these things that we have in mind to do, we're moving into it for the rest of 2022. No matter what's going on the outside, we are going to make sure that we do that on the inside. So look out for me to be traveling, because I do want to take 2022 and go some places. So look out for some traveling from me. Look out for some content coming from different places. And I do have my Bengali SEO manager that I'm going to be bringing some of his content onto the site, so that I can cater to that demographic of people, and so on and so forth, and just bring new stuff and new things to you that I think might be interesting and that, you know, you may like. So that's what we're doing for the rest of 2022. We have big plans. I have a couple more challenges that I'm going to join and do, just so I can give you more of that type of content, and you'll just be getting all different kinds of content, because I'm just going to open up the box and give you all of my talents and share it with you. And I thank you for loving it. I thank you for your love and your support and everything on the Spice official video, my video entry on Spice official page on Instagram. I want to thank you guys for your love and support. I want to thank you for supporting me, for loving me, for giving me your energy. I want to thank you for sitting with me. I want to thank you for not leaving my side. I love you all. Thank you so much, and have a great night. It's Cafeteria Labrish with Mona in the Fatigue of the Ice, and that nabad at all.